Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my voice is not there. Off to you guys? What the fuck? Have I not been talking for the last couple hours? That's so weird. On to what this video is about today. Sorry for no makeup, looking like a hot mess. The reason for that is I really don't have a reason. Makeup on all day because I worked today, and then I took it off, and then I was like, you know what, I should film. But I already took my makeup off, so there's that. So, if you can tell just by looking at me, if something looks different, that's because there is a new tattoo. And I don't even know if you guys can really see it. I can angle it, ignore. I have a very chunky arm, so yeah, just like that. So, as you guys know, I have this tattoo right here. And over the weekend on Friday, I got this tattoo. Who is my baby girl, Bailey. It's my French Bulldog Boston Terrier mix. Her name's Bailey, and I already said that. So yeah, that is my new tattoo. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about it and the experience going into it and why I decided to get her all that stuff, but I just kind of wanted to show you. Let me see. Is her beautiful face. Like I said, I just got it, so if there's some parts that kind of look a little off, it's because it's healing, so just ignore that. And yeah, then it just has a flower and little jewels up here and leaves that curve around. And yeah, she just looks so gorgeous. I am obsessed with her. I'm gonna start by why I got the tattoo. I've had her for about 3 years now. She is the love of my life. I am obsessed with her. I remember for the longest time I wanted to get a Frenchie, but they were always so expensive and just so expensive. So when we got her, it's kind of like a blessing because she was a mixed breed between Boston and Frenchie. I think she was about $300. I've just been in love with her since. And I've always wanted a portrait of my animals. I don't know if I want all of them, but I definitely wanted her to be my first. So that is why I got that. I got this tattoo is because there was an artist that I found on Instagram, which is usually how a lot of these tattooers get discovered, is Instagram. You can find a lot of really good artists that way. And I had been following the shop called Texas Body Art in Houston. And it's a pretty well-known shop. Even if you're from out of state, you may have heard of it because it's pretty well known, if I'm not mistaken. But this is my first time going. I've been following them for a while. And they showed this guest artist. And when they showed the pictures of the style he does, I was like, oh my god, yes, that is the style that I have been looking for. I've been trying to find an artist that sees my vision and sees the style that I want. And when I saw his, I was like, yes, I love it. How can I get tattooed by this guy? In town back in, I think it was August sometime, end of August. And I was like, man, I would love to be tattooed by him. And of course, at the time, I didn't have the money to just be like, oh, he's in town, I'm going to get tattooed by him. I didn't have that kind of money. So I was like, well, okay, whatever. Just going to ignore it. Shop had actually posted again saying he's going to be back in February. So start emailing us now for bookings. And I was like, cool, that gives me enough time to save up money and get tattooed by this guy. So I emailed the shop and I emailed the artist. And neither one of them had got back to me for a while. And finally, about a month later, the tattoo artist got back to me. So I'm just going to tell you his name because I keep saying the tattoo artist. His name is Manu. They call him Manu Raccoon. That's what his Instagram name is, Manu Raccoon, and I'll link it down below. It's not his actual last name, but if you go see his page, you'll know why they call him that. He does a lot of animal portraits, Neotraditional style, though. And he does a lot of raccoon tattoos that are so cute. Yeah, so his name is Manu. Well, Manu messaged me about a month later, and we talked, and he was like, oh, I'm going to be here in November. Originally it was February. So he's like, I'm going to be here in November. I would love to have a spot with you then. And I was like, shit. That only gives me 2 months to save, which I mean, 2 months is still like a good amount of time to save, but when you're thinking February, okay, I have like 5 or 6 months to save now, I only have 2 months to save. So I started kind of going, like trying to budget my money to try to like make this work, because he's got over 34,000 followers on Instagram, and he has such amazing work that I just, how popular you are, it's gonna cost more money, if that makes any sense. And that's just how it goes. For November, if you want to book a spot, cool. And I wanted to jump on the opportunity because I'm like, oh my god, he's actually messaging me back. He can open a spot for me. I told him what I wanted, and he, loved the idea. So I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna figure out a way to save money for this. I have to. It's an amazing opportunity, and he is based out of New York City, so that is where he just opened a shop up there. So that is where he tattoos like on the daily when he's not traveling for guest spots. So yeah, so he was a guest artist, and I was like, I have to. This is what I've been looking for, and I can't find anyone in the area that just sees like the vision that I want like he can. Okay, so fast forward to Friday, which was my appointment. He was in town from the 14th to the 18th, and my appointment was on the 17th. And I went into it a little nervous because usually when I get a tattoo, especially like when I got this one, I was kind of going back and forth with the artist as far as like showing me designs and like tweaking things and stuff like that. Well, with this one, there wasn't a whole lot of communication other than, okay, cool, I'm coming on this day, got my deposit, we're good to go. That's kind of like, that was the only exchange to like designs being sent to me so I can kind of get an idea what I'm getting. So that made me a little nervous, a little hesitant, but at the same time I trusted him because like I said, I saw his work, I told him what I wanted, and I had trust in him to do that. So I got there, I walked in and had not seen the design yet. I walk in and I got there a little early. He just showed up with the design. Well, he actually went to the back to finish it. He kind of wanted to tweak a little bit of the line work. So he went to the back and came back about 20-30 minutes later and showed me like the overall design. And when I tell you, I was like, yes, like that is what I've been looking for. Like that is what I want. You just took it out of my head and you just put it on tattoo. You just did that. For a little bit longer. We probably didn't get started till about 2 o'clock. If you guys want to know about the pain of this tattoo, this tattoo took about 5 hours, 3 breaks. One was after the outlining because I needed to just chill out after the outlining because the outlining is brutal. All in all, it was about 5 hours of tattooing. This tattoo, I don't know why, but I struggled so bad with it. Like, I was going into it thinking it's going to be like this or maybe even easier than this. And I wasn't, this was pretty tolerable, I guess. This one, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because I have like chunky arms, it just hurt. Like so bad. About the last hour, after we did like our whole eating pizza break, we had about an hour left to just finish up the color and like final touches and stuff. Actually hit spray. I didn't ask for it, but I'm so glad he gave it to me because I was fixing to ask for it. So he sprayed some like anesthetic, basically numbing spray on there to help with the pain. And I tell you, it felt like $1,000,000 after he sprayed that. And then there were some spots he would go over and I didn't even feel it. It was so nice. But yeah, for whatever reason, I really struggled with this tattoo. Probably the worst parts that I remember were the outer arm, like the leaves and stuff back here. And then he spent a lot of time doing detail in the face. So after a while, that got to be pretty painful. And then the easiest was probably the flower, honestly, in the center. Like the little peony flower. Right there, that was probably the easiest part of it. Everything else was pretty rough. I didn't want to be there anymore after about the second hour. I was already done with it. So yeah, I would say 1 to 10, this was probably a 6 for me, 6 or 7. I think I went into it thinking it was going to be easy peasy, and it was not easy peasy by any means. But everyone's different, so don't necessarily take what I'm saying as what's going to happen with you. Because like I said, most people I've talked to said this outer arm is like nothing. And bitch, when I tell you it was something. It was something. 5 hours, pretty painful. But it was really cool though. It was a cool experience because Manu, the tattoo artist, I didn't really know a whole lot about him going into it other than like he was based in New York City. But I found out that he actually is from Barcelona, Spain. And I'm like, that is so cool. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that is fucking awesome. I would love to go to Barcelona, but bitches ain't got money. And he's traveled a lot, so that's amazing. And he's just a really cool dude. So I would definitely, if you're in the New York area, or even if you're not, I would still recommend following him because he does do a lot of guest spots. So if you're into the whole like neo-traditional style tattoos, I would definitely give him a follow. Alright guys, I think I covered everything as far as pain, why I got it, how, you know, I think I pretty much covered everything. I don't know anything I didn't cover. This is currently, I don't know when I'm going to upload. It's today's Sunday. I got it on Friday, so it's currently on day 2 of healing process. It's starting to look a little like crepey. I like when it's like right before it starts peeling, where it looks all like wrinkled and not its prime. So, but I didn't want to. I wanted to film this as soon as possible, and I didn't want to wait 2 weeks to film it. And I knew it was going to start peeling here shortly, so I was like, let me get on here and show you guys. So, and I love it. And this is the first time I got a tattoo and I almost cried. Alright guys, if you liked this tattoo video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know down below if you like the tattoo or how you feel about it. If you have anything really rude to say, don't do it so much. And make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're pretty cool over here. I like to think that we have an amazing family. Actually, I know we have an amazing family, but what I'm trying to say is just come hang out. I'm going to sleep. Good night wherever you are, or have a good day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.